everyone's sharing like a few tips here that are actionable for founders here at the earlier stages. Thinking about building the next kind of I would say generation of AI powered marketplaces. Maybe start with you, David.
Yeah, I mean, Grant hit on a lot of them, but I do feel the getting out of your comfort zone. Like if you're a tech founder or you're not a tech founder or you're a designer, you're product heavy, you're finance heavy, wherever you are, like force yourself to go to where maybe you're not. Like force your curiosity outside of your comfort zone. I think that's where the greatest discovery is with AI. And so for instance, today, like I'm frustrated with one of my vendors, my CDN network, Fastly. And I know that like Cloudflare could do it. In the past, I probably would have had someone go research it and go done a lot of stuff. I just go dig into like, using AI to basically do discovery and analysis and try to find out the types of things that I would typically say, no, that would be too costly or that would be too challenging. So I'm looking at it from a real cost savings opportunity and not sticking with either vendors or approaches that I have done things in the past and forcing ourselves to like think about different things and using AI in the decision-making process, in the analysis process, instead of just sort of doing a lot of the sort of reading or research or going to events and things like that. I'm literally leaning on AI to help me make better decisions. And you don't hear enough people talking about that relative to really like down the rabbit hole decisions, like, comparing vendors and different approaches or performance metrics and things like that. So I would lean heavily into asking the questions about your stack, asking the questions about why is this being built asking your questions about intercom versus other solutions, and really making sure you're not getting too comfortable. I think the biggest transition as me, who's been building software for 30 years, is you get really stuck with vendor lock. And I think vendor lock not only can be very costly in terms of your thing, I think it can actually hurt innovation. And I think the biggest opportunity, we talk about disrupting SaaSes, is we are all in the software business now, and we can build our own software, but also the trust and safety. And I think that's the element that gets really, really hard to disrupt at scale. Whether it was StubHub, I still use StubHub. I used it in 2005. I've tried SeatGeek. Actually, I went to the Oasis concert. My SeatGeek tickets didn't work. And I'm a StubHub customer for life, but it was my cousin's SeatGeek tickets. They weren't mine. But I'm a StubHub customer for life. And I'm
an investor in SeatGeek, by the way.
Sorry about that. Point is, the trust that a marketplace builds early on in terms of transactions and in terms of really getting buyers and sellers together, getting them to a happy transaction, facilitating that. To me, in an AI-driven world where there's a lot of distrust and there's a lot of players and a lot of fraud and a lot of fake transactions and like our job as a marketplace, I think, is at the core of that trust. And that core of that trust comes down to listing moderation, message moderation, all of those things that you're doing. There's like formulas now for this that just do them well and don't settle for mediocrity. Like really raise the bar of what message moderation should be. Like what, it's like if there's 7,000 messages a day, we've got to read them all, and we got to read them all in like 8 seconds, because that we don't want that message being processed. It's a bad experience. Same thing with shipping data, same thing with everything. Like to me, the bar of what a consumer should expect in terms of a peer-to-peer marketplace is really, really high and going to get higher. Your ability to build trust and build confidence between those transactions, to me, is the core value proposition that we're creating. And that's what I'm spending all my time on Pango now, is how do I instill trust? If the trust is there, the LLMs will find us and they'll recommend our transactions on our platform.